Welcome everyone to our exciting launch of the next evolution of Cognos Analytics. My name is Ann Leach and I'm the Director of Product Management for Cognos. With our latest release of Cognos 12, we're doubling down on our investment in AI integrations. We're really excited to share with you what we've been working on over the last few months. And today, along with our host, Bill Primerano, the product management team is going to take you through all of the new features and functions. We're really excited about the new capabilities, so I don't want to keep you any longer. I'm going to pass this over to you, Bill.
Thank you, Ann, for that great insight. My name is Bill Primerano. I'm the Worldwide Technical Sales Leader for IBM Business Analytics. And today I am joined by the Cognos Analytics Product Management team, and I'm excited to be here with them. We are happy to welcome Rachel Su to talk about our new Cognos Analytics release. Rachel is the Program Director of Cognos Analytics Product Management. Welcome, Rachel.
Thanks, Bill. It was so nice to be here.
Rachel, I just came back from an executive leadership conference. Data was a hot topic at the conference. It was described as the lifeblood of an organization, yet 68% of enterprise data is not analyzed. Organizations are facing increased pressures to make accurate business decisions. However, only 15% of employees in an organization use business intelligence software. With that said, how are the investment themes IBM is making with Cognos Analytics helping to change that 15% metric?
To help drive user adoption to enable more users to use BI, IBM is investing in Cognos Analytics in, I'd say, 4 key themes. Now, first one is self-service for all. When I talk about self-service for all, it's for all user personas, right? Not just business users, but most importantly, data consumers. Next, actionable AI. AI is not just enough to deliver insights. It needs to deliver insights with suggesting possible courses of actions to advise user what to do next. And performance. We need to deliver insights, deliver analytics at the speed of business needs. And last but not least, we need to make sure analytics is enabled everywhere, anywhere where the users are, in their business applications, embedded in their business processes.
Excellent. I could see how these themes will be pivotal in achieving the goal of analyzing the business and make more accurate decisions. Cognos 12, the next new full version release of the amazing Cognos Analytics solution. Given those themes you just described, what can we expect as an end user to make our jobs easier?
I don't want to give out too much of the details because we have amazing demos lined up coming up after. But let me just expand on a couple of the themes I mentioned earlier. Self-service, for example. We are creating a very intuitive way, allowing any type of user personas to go from a spreadsheet to creating a dashboard with styles and layouts in just a matter of few clicks, and allowing anyone to quickly get insights through natural language by bringing our AI assistant, the conversation analytics UIPs front and center available on Cognos portal. Users can quickly get the insights they need and can still share or perform other analytics activities accordingly after.
Next, I have Zach in the studio with me. But before we dive into the evolution of Cognos 12, Zach, can you give us a recap of where we've been over the last couple of years?
Yeah, we've done a lot over the last 2 years to really open the platform, open the product up to new user types. So in the past, it may have been geared a little bit more towards your technical users, your report developers. And we've now opened that up to bring in more people from across the organization. So we've enabled self-service, but really self-service in a variety of ways. Could be more of your traditional self-service where you have people come in and build dashboards. Yes, we can do that. But we've taken it a step further by allowing people to come in and ask one-off questions, for example, with the Cognos Analytics Assistant, and use some of the smarts in the product so that we can actually suggest things to users who come in maybe for the first time, maybe without an awareness of what's in the data, or maybe without a high degree of technical expertise. So you'll see some highlights here on the screen showing sort of a highlight reel of some specific features, but a lot of the capabilities fall into the categories of how do we make this product more accessible to more people, or how do we make this product more accessible, sort of more powerful and more customizable for the experts who have been using it already for a long time.
Thanks, Zach, for the recap. Now we're going to dive into Cognos 12. I'm joined here by Rodrigo. Rodrigo, in Cognos 12, the assistant has more of an upfront role. Can you help me understand what that means?
Hi, Bill. Thanks for asking. We are really excited about this new release because we truly believe that to offer a self-service experience, we also need to offer a powerful AI assistant. It can save our users time. It can support them in challenge tasks that maybe they are not so familiar, especially when they are not familiar with business analytics. So we are investing a lot in our AI assistant. We really believe in a zero learning curve. So you can see in this 12.0 release that it can be launched anywhere. So you have a new UI, you have a new experience. You can use the assistant from the homepage of the product by using a bar to ask a question or to call the assistant by icon. You have now the option to use the assistant in a full screen mode or also in the side panel as before. You also have the possibility to see a completely guided experience. So you have a get started. As soon as you launch the assistant, you have a get started. You have suggestions of questions. So you can have some suggestions about what you can do in the assistant. You have questions that you can make. You can create a dashboard. You can ask for help, how to use the assistant. So you can see here, I click in suggest questions. You have some options of examples of questions that can be made. So the idea is to really guide our users. When you click in the bar to type a question, you can see that we are also suggesting what you are typing next, for example. So I will just make, as an example here, what is impacting my sales, what is impacting my business. And you can see that the assistant will analyze all the factors that are impacting my result, my target field, and will bring a list for me. If I click in one of them, the assistant will generate a visualization to explain this item that I choose with insights. So it's really easy. It's really intuitive. I can ask any kind of question. So like show my top 5 products in sales last Christmas, and the assistant will bring a visualization to be easier to see, to visualize what I'm asking for. I can share it by email, by Slack, by Microsoft Teams also. And it's really easy. It's really easy. It's really intuitive. That's the real idea. I'll try another one. How was my sales performance in California? And you can see that it also understands time entities. So I will use last year by product. And you can see that the assistant will bring as a result a visualization and also some insights explaining the result, not just the answer, but explanation about the result. And I can click and add to a dashboard, and this visualization will generate a new dashboard. So it's really easy to also create a dashboard using the assistant. So it's really, really, really easy. I will call again my assistant here, and I will make a new type of question that is supported on 12.0. Compare sales between Florida and California, and I will add last year. You can see that now this kind of question is also supported. So we are comparing here California and Florida. We are also automated generating a visualization, and we have some insights explaining this difference, explaining this comparative. I can change the kind of chart that was generated really easy with just one click. And something that is also really prominent is what data source we are using. So I can also change this data source just clicking select here. I will choose another data source here, and you can see that's really easy to change the data source that is being used by the assistant. So for this new data source, I don't know, so I will ask for suggestions, suggest questions. You can see that the assistant will generate some of suggestions. I will click in one of the suggestions, and the assistant will generate the answer and the visualization to explain this answer, to support my explanation. So the experience, it's completely new and completely guided. The idea is really to be to offer a guided experience, to offer support for that users that maybe don't want to have a completely report or dashboard. Maybe a user can just ask something to the assistant and have a quick and straightforward answer. And as I said before, it's one step to really achieve our completely self-serve experience. This is what we are aiming, and this is what we are investing at this moment in the assistant.
Thanks, Rodrigo. Now I'm joined by Tim. Tim is going to be talking to us about the newly designed homepage. So Tim, what are some of the features that our customers can expect to see when they get to the new homepage?
Yeah, Bill, the new homepage is all about letting more of your users take advantage of Cognos. So it's really centered on bringing people that maybe don't use Cognos that often or first-time users and helping them get started. So first of all, we have some great getting started features in there. At the press the button, they can get access to learning resources, videos, as well as to our accelerator catalog with a variety of samples and other content. Then we have these new tiles, these quick launch tiles across the page for getting started quickly using either content that you uploading or content that is already configured, perhaps some enterprise relational databases. So if you're coming into Cognos, you just want to quickly get started creating a dashboard or working with the assistant with some uploaded data, that's no problem. You just click on one of these tiles. It's guided all the way. It's basically a wizard. It'll tell you exactly what you want to do. Once you've got your file uploaded, like I'm doing now, you'll then see recommendations on how to proceed. Do you want to start with the dashboard? Do you want to start with the assistant? And then you have some other options as well. In this case, I'm going to go straight to creating a dashboard. And you'll see now I'm at the blank canvas, ready to start. I can start dragging and dropping some KPIs in there and building my dashboard. It's just that easy.
Fantastic, Tim. Thank you so much. All these enhancements are great, but it's got to be fast. Joining me is Sammy. Sammy's going to be talking to us about performance.
Thanks, Bill. You're absolutely right. Performance is at the heart of everything we do in Cognos Analytics, and Cognos 12 is no different. Getting content to look the way that you want should be paired with quick and fast performance. Now, performance can be split into a couple of different categories. You got your server-side performance and your client-side performance. Your server-side performance is largely around loading the initial data. For example, initial dashboard load. You saw improvements to this in 11.2.0, and you even saw improvements in this area for tabbed reports in the 11.2 stream. In Cognos 12, we're focusing heavily on improving client-side performance for relational data using Cognos dashboards. Now, client-side performance is really about the client-side consumption-based interactions, things like clicking a data point in a visualization, or sorting a visualization, keep exclude actions, and so on and so forth. But it really all starts with authoring, as you're seeing here. I've got a beautiful looking dashboards with a few KPI widgets and a couple of charts. I'm now going in and utilizing one of my favorite features in the 11.2 stream, which is the ability to add curved borders to your widgets, making it a little crisper. Once I'm done there, you'll notice that my dashboard is going to be ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and pop this into full screen in order to really get the experience that we're looking for. Now you'll notice that with no local data cached, or no data cached locally for that matter, that performance is largely around a second for it to render across visualizations once a data point has been selected. In order to cache this data, or cache the data behind this canvas, all you need to do for a new dashboard in Cognos 12 is save. Simply save your dashboard, and we will generate the definitions required to cache the data appropriately. You'll also be notified that those caches have been generated. And now you'll notice that as you click across these visualizations, we've gone from roughly a second of overall query time to milliseconds in query time. Now I know going from a second to milliseconds might not be that impressive, so let's add something that's a little bit more taxing to this dashboard. I'm going to go ahead into my metadata tree, and I'm going to add call hour to my canvas. Now you'll notice that call hour is not cached. It was not part of the save, so it's not part of the local data cache definition. And so as I click around within call hour, you'll notice I get shimmering and multiple seconds to render queries across the canvas. Now, in order to cache this data, there's two things that you can do. For a full self-service approach, you can simply do what we did at the start, which is just save. And as long as the option to regenerate your data caches on save is enabled, your data cache will be updated with the appropriate data. And now we have millisecond performance with the same visualizations. Alternatively, if you're a little bit more of a power user and really want to dive into your dashboard, you can go into the property menu and under the advanced section, pull up the local data cache. And you'll notice that when you get into this property panel, that you have a few metrics on what the local data caches are covering, and it'll list all of the local data caches within your canvas. Clicking on a particular cache will populate both the widgets covered and the columns as well. And adding another column or a widget is as simple as clicking the plus sign. Cognos is smart enough to detect what's missing from your canvas. It identified call hour, and now I'm adding it back to my data cache and reloading it. Now, once it's green, I'm going to know that the data caches have been loaded, and I should get the same speedy performance that I saw with the save.
Thanks, Sammy. Wow, that is some peppy performance. You really have this optimized. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
We haven't forgot about our advanced users. Next up, Tim is here to talk about advanced reporting functionality.
Thanks, Bill. We've got a great new feature with reporting in Cognos 12. It's dynamic values in report prompts. So this allows you to control what values are available when you've got a prompt in a report. So I'll walk you through a bit of a demo here. You can see I've got a calendar where only certain dates are selectable. Most of them are grayed out. And that's because of an expression that I've been able to define in this new parameters view when I authored the report. You can see that I can actually use either expressions or various parameter values in here to define limits on the prompt in the report. So this allows you to have much more dynamic control over what is available for users, end users, to select that are viewing the report. Show you a few more examples where we've got again a calendar picker, but it's limited to a set of dates that are based on the dates that are in the data versus infinite dates one way or the other. I've got another example here where we've got the last day of the month that has been pre-selected in the calendar. Here's an example where just certain values in this list here, this checkbox list, have been pre-selected for the user. As well, you can have just so maybe certain months are available. So you can see in this example, most of the months are grayed out except for this particular one. And then as well, you can feed in a row limit as well, so that you can just show the top n values in a list. For example, here we've set the row limit to be 3, so we're just seeing the top 3 that come out. And you can see how I've configured that here in this report. And then we also have this new all parameters tab as well, which gives you a summary of all these dynamic parameters that you've set up in your report. So great new feature just to make those reports more reflective of the data that you have available or the data that you want your users to be able to select.
Excellent. Thank you, Tim. Rodrigo, you were mentioning a new capability in forecasting. Can you start off by giving us just a quick recap of forecasting in Cognos dashboards?
Thanks for asking, Bill. We all know how powerful is Cognos forecast. You can predict your future results based on your past results. So a simple example, if I want to know how will be my sales in the next 6 months, I can use it. I can use my past sales performance, and our AI will generate a trend, will generate a suggestion about my performance in the upcoming months. However, we also know that sometimes, to use the same example, the sales can be impacted by other factors, like by the number of leads that the marketing team generated, by season, for example. So thinking in this scenario, we introduced in Cognos 11.2.4 the multivariate forecast. The multivariate forecast can consider up to 5 factors, 5 different factors to generate your forecast, to generate the trends of your target field. So this is the main idea, the main difference between the univariate forecast and the multivariate forecast. And you can see how easy it is to use that. I have here a dashboard. I can click in forecast, enable the forecast, and it will automatically generate my next results. So I can change if I want some confidence level, forecast periods, season, ignore last periods. I can customize as I want, but if I don't want to customize it, I can use the out-of-the-box suggestions, and it's really simple to use the forecast. And you can see that now you have optional factors to consider. So I can consider, as I said, up to 5 different factors, and the result is changing, as you can see. So the AI is considered not just the past results, but also some new factors. And thinking in transparency, in build trust, IBM also, this is new on 12.0, we are also the model explainability. So the user can see absolutely all information regarding forecast. You can see the accuracy, the statistical model information, all information to give transparency, to explain how our forecast achieve the result that the user is receiving. So this is new on 12.0, model explainability for forecast.
Excellent. Thank you, Rodrigo. Sammy, I heard you have a new dashboard capability that's really cool that you want to share with us.
That's right, Bill. Our dashboard users are constantly struggling to fit all of their content into the canvas. Now, of course, our dashboard canvas supports multiple tabs, even different templates. But what about those users that really want to fit more within a single tab? This is the nested dashboard widget really takes off. And the nested dashboard widget allows you to essentially nest a dashboard within your dashboard. Allows you to have multiple tabs and even maintain widget interactivity across visualizations in your dashboard. You can use it to either view the same data with different charts or different data with the same charts. The possibilities are endless. And not only that, but it supports both a tabbed and a drop-down approach, as well as the ability to nest up to 3 levels of nested dashboard widgets within each other. We're really excited to release this feature.
Wow, that is a cool feature, and I can see a lot of our users are going to be wanting to get their hands on this to start using those nested dashboards. Thank you. Raul, I get a lot of questions around geospatial mapping. Can you tell us about some new mapping capabilities in Cognos 12?
Absolutely. And so in Cognos 12, we're really excited about our mapping improvements, which are primarily focused around flexibility and ease of use. And so the three things we're very excited for are the worldview support, showing your map value labels, and being able to have hex bin counters. And so what that means is that regardless of which country you come from, maps on the chart layer will now be able to adhere to your view of the world. For showing your map value labels, you have more flexibility to be able to show items, percentages, numbers, or both on that points layer as well. So you can be as granular or as high level as you'd like. And that extends towards things like the hex bin counter as well, where you can now, instead of having to zoom in on different areas that have high density of data points on the points layer, now you can just hover over the hex bin and be able to figure out how many points of reference do you have in an area before having to zoom in. So all three of these things are designed to improve the charts and the points layer and make it, again, very easy and flexible for users to create custom charts.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Raul. Now, you've seen a lot of amazing features that are going to be in your hands when Cognos 12 comes out. But wouldn't it be great if you had the ability to share this information with your teammates? Jonah, why don't you show them what do we have for collaboration?
Sure, thanks Bill. You probably remember that in the Cognos 11.2 innovation stream, we launched the ability to embed Cognos content in Microsoft Teams chats and channels. Users have been interacting with dashboards and reports as tabs in their Teams environments, bringing their data answers closer to where they already work. We were excited to release this capability, and even more excited to listen to the early feedback. The common theme we heard from users is that finding their data answers in Teams was great, but it often led to more questions needing further or deeper exploration. Fair enough. So, in Cognos 12, we added an Open in Cognos button on the menu bar inside the Teams Cognos tab, so users can get to that deeper exploration a little faster. Of course, after their new exploration leads to new answers, they can share those insights right back to the Teams chats and channels they came from. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you so much. Look how easy it is for you to share your content with your team and collaborate. If you like everything you've seen in all of these new capabilities for Cognos 12, click on the link below and sign up for our free trial.